Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sheena Abraham, and in this episode, you will learn to draw pie chart, line chart, box plot, scatter plot, heat map, and work cloud. Now, how to draw a pie chart? For example, now if I want to draw a pie chart, I need a category and the values. So here I have taken an example of my students. We have 60 students and how many number of students taken different specialization. As we are offering 5 specialization, 10 students have taken finance specialization, 12 marketing, 14 analytics, 16 HR, and 8 students OSCM. So similarly, I have created a vector of a number vector mentioning the number, and also I have created a label vector, character vector, where I have taken all the strings. Now I have to draw a pie chart. Now the pie chart which I will be drawing is based on these numbers, and on that number I want to give a label of this labels, which specialization they belongs to. So I'll execute this, and after that I will create a pie chart. To create a pie chart, the command is pie, and the first argument is slices, where I will pass the number. Second argument is labels. In labels you have to specify what is the title label you want to give to the each part of the pie chart. That is, in that I have mentioned these labels, which is my vector, and under main I will give a heading. Now you can see that my pie chart is created, and after this, here you can see that my pie chart is created. It has randomly taken the color HR, analytics, marketing, finance, and OSCM. But now I want it in more specific format. I want the percentage out of total 100%. How much percent of students belongs to marketing, how much is on, how many students belongs to analytics, how many students belongs to HR, that way. For that, first of all, I will calculate the percentage, that slices divided by sum of slices, this vector divided by sum of slices into 100. It will give me the exact percentage. And after that, since I want to add in front of the label, I want to mention the percentage. For that, I have to use a paste function. As we know that paste function will help you to combine the text with the space or percentage. If you want to add 2 3 types things together in a print command, you have to use paste function. So here in front of this vector I want a space, and after that I want the percentage calculator, then I want a percent sign. So I have created a labels that way. And after that, now I will specify the colors also to my in my pie chart. As we have 5 categories, I have given 5 colors. So in color, COL vector, color is for COL is used to specify the color. In that, within C, I have created a color vector, and I have mentioned 5 colors in that. Now you can see that my pie chart is created, and in front of the specialization the percentage is showing up, and this is the format which I have specified. 20, I have calculated 20 from PCT, and after that, using a paste function, I have displayed the text here, that marketing 20 and percent sign. So paste function is used to combine the display in finance, then one space, then your actual percent and the percent sign. This way I have created the pie chart. So pie function is used to create a pie chart of any value. Now, if I want to create a 3D pie chart, to create a 3D pie chart, you have to use library Plot, Plotrix library. Once you use the Plotrix library, you can create a 3D pie chart. To create a 3D pie chart, the function is 3D, and you have to specify one additional parameter here is explode. You have to specify how much distance you want between each every pi. So now here we can see there is a value space gap, it is a 3D and the gap is there. If you increase the explode value, the value of explode, the gap will increase. So in this way I can create my 3D pie chart also. So now we have learned how to create a pie chart. Pie function can be used to create a pie simple pie chart, and pie 3D function can be used to create a 3D pie chart. And now we will learn how to create a density plot chart. Now density plot, to create a density plot, for example, as we all know that there is a empty cars, which is a data frame data set available in our environment. I want to take the column MPG column and I want to create a chart of that. I will find, first of all I'll create a density of it and store it in D1, and after storing it in D1, we have stored the density in D1, and now I will plot that density in a chart. To plot that plot, I will plot D1 in color red. We will use plot function. So now you can see that it has plotted. This is the density plot. Now if you want to fill the density plot with any other specific color, for that you have to use polygon function. Polygon function will help you to fill the color. So now you can see that the density chart is filled with the color. If you want direct with a pen, that is plot function, and then if you want to fill with a color, you have to use polygon function. Similarly, if I, for example, if I want to create a density for the another variable HP of empty car, I will create that, and I will, first of all I will execute the plot function where I will pass the density and I'll specify the color, and then if I want to fill I will use polygon function. So in this way we can draw density plot. Now we will learn how to draw a scatter plot. Now to draw a scatter plot, it means that we need two variables. So here we have taken two vectors, that is weight and month. For example, average month wise, what can be the weight chart, weight of a baby? For that we will use again a plot function will be used. In x axis and y axis we will be using month and weight, and the heading will be, heading can be given in main parameter. So first I will create both the vectors, then I will create the scatter plot. So here we can see we have created a scatter plot. In this scatter plot you can see that by default it is given a dots are given in the points. So if for example here for the 0 value, the corresponding value is 2.5, that's why the corresponding here it is 0, and for 1 the corresponding value is 2.8, here 1 is coming to 2.8, for 2 the corresponding value here is 3.2. So similarly the plot is drawn. So now there is one more attribute called type, one more parameter you can pass in the plot, that is a type, that how you want to draw the line. If you want to draw a dot dot, if you want to draw a line, then you will say type equals to L. So it will draw us in a line format. So now we will see what all types are available. If to see the types, we can, here we can go to help and you can see, just write plot. When you write plot, it will show you the examples of plot. In type attribute, if you want a point, you can see you have to make P. If you want line, type equals to L. If you say B, let's see what will happen if I say B. And then C is for the line apart, O is for both over plotted, H is for histogram, staircase, no plotting. These are the different types available. You can get that options from the help. Now since you have said type equals to B, means it will give you a line as well as the point. So in this way I can draw a scatter plot. Now we will see how to draw a line chart. In line chart, the first thing is that we want to display two values together. Line chart is most of the time used to compare the values. For example, here I have taken June to rainfall density of 2019 and June 2020. And initially the function which I will use is plot function. In plot function, using a plot function, I'll create a graph. I will plot a graph in which I have shown the trends of to June 2019. Here you can see that it has been drawn. X axis, X lab, I have mentioned in front of X lab month, and Y lab rainfall. Main is the main heading which I have given here. Color equals to COL equals to red, and type O. And now if I want to compare, means I want to create a another line, right, for the another trend. To add a line in the existing plot, in the existing chart, you have to use a lines function. You have to use a lines function. So if you use a lines function, I will take another variable June 220 and type O. Color I will make different. So that here we can see that how in line chart we can compare two variables, or we can use to compare two trends. Similarly, if I take a real life example, I will take a marks of my 5 students, BRM students, and marks in another subject, accounting ABD subject. And I want to compare the marks obtained by this my 5 students. So first of all, I will plot a diagram for BRM. It will give me, I'll create both the vectors. Then I will plot a diagram for BRM. So here we can see the marks obtained by my 5 students in BRM subject. And since I want to compare with my accounts subject, so I will use a line function. Line function, and here I will take a variable ABD. I will take a variable, I will choose a different color. So I can see the difference between the marks obtained in the student. And first student has obtained more mark in ABD, second student has got less mark in ABD, third student has got more mark in ABD, fourth is like that, and fifth I can compare it. So in line chart we can compare the trends. Now the next is the box plot. Box plot. Students, have you seen what is box plot? Have you ever seen a box plot? Okay, box plot is a diagram where you will only show the minimum value, first quartile, second, third quartile, and the maximum value and the median. These are median of that range of the values which you have given. So here we are how to draw a box plot. Since I will take again empty car, MPG, box plot. I want to create a box plot. Main, as we know that main is used to create a heading, and then X lab is used to give a value for X axis, Y lab is used to give a value for Y axis, and I will create horizontal equals to false because I want my box plot vertical. So here we see this is my box plot. Now how to interpret this box plot? This is your minimum value. So we can see if I run summary, so you can see minimum is how much showing here, 10.40. So here you can see 10.40, this line is the minimum line. And then first quartile 15.45. So here we can see first quartile. Then median is 19.20, here median. And then third quartile, and then maximum is 33.90. So that are the values which is demonstrated in the box plot. You can use summary function and check whether your box plot it is, check the values and refer the values. Now we have also learned to draw box plot. Now very interesting, a heat map. Heat map is a very colorful chart which we can create to demonstrate our values. So for that we will see how the heat map looks. I will create a heat map for my empty car. So I will take a scales values of that heat map in a empty car value, and then I will draw a heat map. You can see this is very interesting heat map has been drawn. You can see the interpretation. The lesser the color is the lower value and harder the color is the higher value. This way we can create a heat map. Now if you want to make it more colorful, if you want to make it more colorful in the heat map, I have decided to use, I don't want to use this color, I want to use a rainbow color. So in place of color, I will specify I have taken a DF, same data frame I have used for empty car scale, and then I have taken a color is rainbow, 12 colors I have selected. I want a row side color bar also and color sidebar also. That's why I have created a sidebar for row and rows depending the rainbow color should be, number of colors should be same as the number of rows in data frame, number of column in data frame column should be same. That's why I have specified that variables. And in heat map, first argument is your data frame, then your color, then row side color if you wish, color side color that is optional, then I have specified a margin. Now we will execute these colors. So here we can see we have created a beautiful heat map. So here we can see the color ranging from this to this. It has given a interpretation accordingly. For example, I don't want a rainbow color. I want one specific color in a heat map which will give me of different shades of purple color. So I will use different shades of purple color. Here I am using different shades of purple color. I am using 14 shades, and row side color also I have given depending upon the number of rows and number of colors. So for the single color, the color I have specified not rainbow, HCl dot colors. You have just note down, this is a color palette using which you can create your own colors. So here it will give you a shades of purple color. So I have taken a shades of purple color, and then I have drawn a heat map. Rest all arguments are same, only the color I have taken a purple palette. So I will draw a purple heat map. So students, if you want to save it, you can zoom it and see, and if you want to export it, you can export and see it in a anywhere you can save it. Now, the last thing what we will learn today is word cloud. Actually, a word cloud is created using text mining. But since here now we are not learning a text mining, I am directly using a CSV file where my data frame is already created. So first of all, I will use my word cloud. I'll clear the screen. First, I will use the library word cloud so that I can use that function. Now I will access the CSV file which is created after the data mining. Since now we are not learning text mining, so we will directly use the file which is created. Now this is the data file which is generated after text mining. Here we can see the words are there and frequencies are there. These are the different words which is used in my paragraph. So if I want to create a word cloud, I can use these are the words. So for to create a word cloud, the function is word cloud function. The name of the function is word cloud. In words, first parameter is words. In words, I want to pass the data dollar word. Data dollar word means in the data file, in the data frame, there is a word column. So I want to pass these words. And frequency, I want to pass this as a frequency. So frequency is equals to data dollar frequency. Minimum frequency is 1, and maximum number of words which I want to show here is 17. So here I will mention 20. I don't want to mention in the same order in which they are appearing. So I said random dot order false. I want to create a word cloud in red color. So I have mentioned color equals to red. See how your word cloud is created. So in this way you can create your word cloud. So if today we have learned how to draw a pie chart, how to draw a 3D pie chart, and after that how to draw a density plot diagram, then after that how to draw a scatter plot diagram, then line chart, then we have learned how to draw a box plot, heat map, and word cloud. I hope students you have understood the concepts. If you have any doubt, please feel free